Yes, hello. Hello and welcome to my documentary. Why am I here? I've got some questions to ask myself. I am recording a documentary for Let's Talk Islington. Video voice is part of Let's Talk Islington. And so this was my idea. Why did I make this film this way? To be in front of the camera, to show some things that are important to me or represent important things, either in my current life or in my past. And that leads me on to, I think I already mentioned it, being vulnerable, which I'm really working on, or trying to work on at the moment. It's easy to be tough. It's easy to be strong. It's easy to pretend that you don't care. It's easy to pretend that you don't feel. It's easy to run away from your feelings, to hide from them, to bury them. Being vulnerable, that is fucking hard. So yeah, mental health. I mean, I was looking for a bit of research and statistics on that for this mental health, and a BBC article, which I would say is a good source of information, I read, and the article said that LGBT community members, people, are twice as likely to have long-term mental health issues. That didn't surprise me in the slightest. But if you've then grown up with beliefs that what you're doing is wrong, what you're doing is shameful, who you are is wrong, who you are is shameful, I would find it difficult to tell you what aspects of my previous problems, my current problems, come from life in general versus growing up gay. There is always a little reminder somewhere in the world of what's still difficult, what's still wrong, what's still a persecution. Little pokes. Going on holiday, for example. And one of the things you have to think about is, okay, well, if it's not somewhere you've been before, it's not somewhere in Europe, like I have to Google, is it safe to be gay in this place? What are the laws? Do I have to be cautious? And it's just a little poke and a little reminder. Don't relax. If you relax too much, you might get hurt. If you relax too much, someone in power is going to try and roll back your rights. You can work on yourself, you can work on your relationships, you can work on how you feel, but the world will always remind you, hey, little poke, no, you can't relax. And that's why it's so important to have the various spaces that used to be available. And they're still there, of course. There are still spaces. But spaces are disappearing. Community is disappearing. Community spaces are disappearing. And it's all down to money. It's all about, well, this space could be used for community, but if we sell it to a developer instead, we can make millions. There's money and spaces available in Islington, in every borough. So don't give us lip service. Don't tell us we're important and that you care, and then do nothing. Don't use video voice as a way of broadcasting to the entire community, hey, look at this, we've found these voices. And we're listening to these voices. And what's going to come out of that? What money is going to be spent? Tell me a figure. Tell me a percentage of your budget that's going towards LGBT. And if that percentage, if that budget is not representative of the population of LGBT in Islington, then you failed. You failed in your promises. You failed in your presentation that you care. Show us that you care. Show us that you care with money. Because there's a lot of people that are very willing to spend their time and effort and do the logistics and the things that require self-sacrifice. There's loads of them. They're everywhere. Because they've been downtrodden for so long, they're willing to help others. But there's only so much they can do with no space or no money, or limited space and limited money. And if you tell us you care, but don't give us money, it's lip service. And there's enough of that in life. There's enough of that in politics. There's enough of that in everyday life. There's enough of that in Pride Month. Change lip service to caring with money. Please.